George Clooney and Brad Pitt, two of the most enduring and iconic leading men in Hollywood history, appear to be consciously moving on from the era that first defined them as global heartthrobs. Both actors rose to superstardom during the 1990s, a decade when their striking looks, charisma, and magnetic screen presence turned them into instant sex symbols admired by millions around the world. Clooney captured attention with his smooth charm and sharp wit, first gaining massive recognition through television before transitioning to film roles that showcased his versatility. Pitt, meanwhile, exploded onto the scene with a blend of boyish good looks, effortless cool, and raw intensity that made him an immediate object of fascination. For years, their images were synonymous with desirability. Magazine covers, red carpet appearances, and blockbuster roles reinforced their status as the epitome of Hollywood attractiveness. Yet as time has passed and both men have entered their late 60s, insiders close to their careers suggest a deliberate shift is underway. They are reportedly eager to embrace a new chapter, one centered on more mature, substantive and introspective work rather than relying on the polished, romantic leading man archetype that once dominated their public personas. This transition is not portrayed as a sudden or reluctant change but rather a natural evolution. Sources who have followed their journeys closely describe it as a moment of acceptance and forward momentum. Pitt, in particular, has openly acknowledged the passage of time in recent reflections. He has spoken candidly about the reality that everyone, even the biggest stars, eventually faces an expiration date in certain aspects of their career and public image. Approaching what he sees as the later stages of his professional prime, he has expressed comfort with the idea of younger performers stepping into the spotlight. He has admitted that while he enjoyed the ride, the attention, the excitement, the privileges that come with being a heartthrob, there were also moments of isolation and emotional weight that accompanied that lifestyle. The glamour often masked a quieter, sometimes lonelier existence behind the scenes. Clooney has echoed similar sentiments over the years, though in his characteristic measured and thoughtful way. He has long emphasized the importance of not being pigeonholed solely as a handsome face. Early in his film career, he worried that audiences might reduce him to a superficial label, one that overlooked his ambition to tackle complex characters and meaningful stories. He worked methodically to diversify his portfolio, taking on roles in political dramas, thrillers, comedies, and prestige pictures that demanded depth and nuance. By expanding his repertoire, he successfully established himself as a serious actor rather than merely a pin-up figure. Those who know him well say he is genuinely content with how his career has unfolded. The diversification he pursued allowed him to avoid being typecast and gave him the creative freedom he always sought. Pitt's journey followed a comparable path, though his challenges were perhaps more pronounced in the beginning. He worked tirelessly to prove that he possessed genuine acting talent beyond his appearance. Many industry observers initially viewed him primarily through the lens of his looks, which sometimes overshadowed his performances. Breaking through that perception required dedication, smart role choices, and consistent excellence. Over decades, he delivered memorable turns in a wide range of genres, earning critical acclaim and industry respect. His Oscar victory for supporting actor in a Quentin Tarantino film stands as a high point, a validation of his skill that few can dispute. With that achievement secured and little left to prove in terms of technical ability or recognition, he now seems focused on reinvention. Scripts that allow him to draw on his life experience, portray characters with complexity and gravitas, and explore different facets of masculinity are reportedly the ones attracting his interest. The friendship between Clooney and Pitt adds another layer to their shared transition. Their long-standing bond, built over collaborations and mutual respect, has given them a unique perspective on navigating fame. They have seen each other through the highs of blockbuster success and the quieter periods of re-evaluation. Both men understand the pressures of maintaining relevance in an industry that often prioritizes youth, and they appear to be approaching this next phase with a sense of camaraderie and shared wisdom. Culturally, their shift reflects broader changes in Hollywood and society. The traditional heartthrob role, once a reliable path to stardom, has evolved as audiences demand more authenticity, diversity, and emotional range from leading men. Older actors are increasingly celebrated for portraying characters who grapple with aging, legacy, regret, and redemption rather than simply romance or action hero feats. Clooney and Pitt are well positioned to lead this movement, leveraging their established credibility to take on projects that might have been overlooked earlier in their careers. Their decision also highlights the personal growth that comes with maturity. Fame at its peak can be intoxicating but also confining. Stepping away from the heartthrob label allows them to reclaim agency over their image and storytelling choices. It frees them from the expectation to remain perpetually youthful or romantically available on screen. Instead, they can explore themes of fatherhood, mentorship, moral ambiguity, and the passage of time, themes that resonate more deeply with their current life stages.